Hi everyone, welcome to Karen from tillycrafts.co.uk, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. I'm bringing you one of my Make It Thursday videos. I've had this stamp set for quite a while. It's in the annual catalogue called Lat A Life Time, and I've not really used it, so I thought I need to get out and have a play with it. I've used a couple of the sentiments before, but then I thought these images are really nice, and this is one of the cards that I made, so we're going to recreate this. I'm going to layer it up on a bit different. This is layered up on Bermuda Bay. I've used blends and I'm using Dark Mango Melody, Light and Dark Highland Heather, Light and Dark Bermuda Bay, Light and Dark Magenta Madness, and Granny Apple Green Light and Dark. So let's get started. So for this you'll need an A4 sheet. It's cut in half, scored in half, and just going to fold it over, level it up, and just give it a rub like so. So that's my card base, and I have a layer in Magenta Madness. Now your card measures 4 1/4 by 5 7/8, so your layer will be 3 7/8 by 5 5/8, and your stamping layer will be 3, that says 3 3/4, which is not, shouldn't be, but it is 3 3/4 by 5 3/8. Just let me just see if that layers up right. Yes, it does. I can't get hold of it, my fingers aren't working today. Yes, that'll layer up, that's fine. And we've got an envelope as well. So I've already layered them up. So we're going to be using Memento ink because I'm using the stamping blends and that alcohol based. So I'm just going to stamp this one up, and we're just going to do it down the side like so. Just going to turn it a little bit so they're not all going the same way. And I think we'll have this one down here at the bottom. I am going off a little bit, but I don't mind that. So that's that one. And then we've got a little flower. I just thought this would look nice poking out from here. And I'm going to do 2 of these. And just have a little flower head peeking out there, and we'll have one peeking out there, and that's it. That's all you're stamping on your flowers. And then I was going to see if that Sending All My Love will fit in there, but I just think it might not go on, so I'm going to stick with the original one. If I wanted that, I would probably do it on a strip and then layer it up on top. Right, and just find a nice spot for it to go, which at this card I've left a nice little spot there, and that's it done. So now for a little bit of blending. So could have probably got that flower a bit more in the corner, but it doesn't matter, it's handmade and it's unique. So I'm going to come in with my Dark Mango Melody, and I'm just going to put a bit of colour in these ones here. It's quite a quick and easy card, but there's some nice sentiments on here, so they will be good for wedding cards. What else have we got? Wedding cards, congratulations cards, Sending All My Love, so that could be anything for wedding, because you've got Mr. and Mrs. on there, so you can do it to the new Mr. and Mrs. And this is quite a nice little stamp set, and I quite like this little flower as well. That's quite cute. So I'm changing it up. So where I had, let me think, where I had the buds in magenta, we're going to swap them round for the Bermuda Bay. And I'm not doing much blending because I'm just doing the middle one in the light, just to give it a bit of a two-tone effect. And then the dark on the outside. And you'll have to forgive me if I do go over the lines, because like as normal I can't get my head right over the top of where I'm colouring. Oops. Do love my blends. I had an RIP party the other day because my granny apple green, my light one had run out and I was gutted, but luckily I had one in my drawer, so that was fabulous. So it's definitely a big part of my my crafting is to have blends. So we're going to do the big flower in Highland Heather, and where's my dark, my light? Is that my dark? Yes. They've got a bullet tip and a paintbrush tip. I prefer the bullet tip when I'm blending, and I'm just going to go around the bottoms of the flowers like so. I'm just going to do that on all of them. Anyway, I hope you're all alright. By the time you see this video, it's going to be in April, and that's when we have some more of the lockdown measures lifted. So hopefully we'll be able to start going out a little bit again and meeting up with some friends that we haven't seen for ages, which will be nice. Right, and then I just come in with me light Highland Heather. It is Highland Heather, that, isn't it? Yeah. It's a double check because I've got purple posy blends as well, and one of them, the dark one's similar to this colour. And just go over the top of it and blend it in, and you just pull the colour through, so it should have quite a few shades in there. And then as it dries, it blends in lovely. And that's why I like the bullet tip. Let's do little circular motions. And to be fair, I think this one is gradually running out too. Might be because it's my favourite colour, one of my favourite colours, so it gets used quite a lot. But as you can see on this one already, it's starting to dry. But you can go over it as much or as little as you want to get different depths. In fact, I'm just going to see what the other end's like. No, definitely run out that end. That's how much I've used it. And I'm hoping I've got a spare one of these in my stash, because if not, I'll have to go on the order and I'll have to get one in. So I'm going over it, but then I'm not going right to the top, so then it will give it a layer of a few colours. I'm just going to come back in with my mango and see the little centres of the flowers, like so. And then we want the magenta, fabulous colour. So all I'm doing is I'm going odd leaves, petals they are, Karen. And then I will blend it all over with the light. Looks a bit of a mess, but it'll look alright in a minute. And flowers aren't perfect, they're unique, so they can all be different shades. Let's come in with the light. I'm just going to go over both. It's a beautiful colour, this. It's I've said it can be an honorary purple because purple's my absolute favourite, but this one just gets me. And I've used other pens before, but these I just think are fabulous. So that's the magenta done, and then we'll come in with the granny apple green. Right, it's my dark one. Yep. Now on these little ones, I'm just doing them all in dark. Oh, I've missed some. I can imagine you're all shouting at me saying, "You've missed one." And then on the big leaves, I'm just picking out leaves, and then I'll go over it all with the light. And they're so easy to use, you don't have to be brilliant at it, which I'm not. These make you look brilliant when you're doing blending. Let's go in with the light. Fabulous. I find it so relaxing using blends as well. It's like when I've had a hard day at work and really stressed, I like to stamp some images and blend away. I would do it a bit neater, but I don't want you to sit around for ages just watching me blend, but had to be done for this video. There we go. And let's bring this Mango Melody back in to do the ones I missed. I suppose that's the difference of doing a live. You can have people actually shouting at you. Right, where's my hard base? Let's get this stuck on. See if this glue works. It's been a bit dodgy all day. So I need to come out bumpy. Spread that out a bit. I think I'm coming to the end of it. I'm just going to a scrap piece of paper and just take that bump off there, because we don't want it to go funny. Right, let's see if I can line this up. Yes. There we go. Brilliant. Let's get this stuck down and then we shall bring in the Winker Stella. I've not used bling, but we have to Winker Stella it, definitely. And all I did with these is just went over the little flowers. It's not quite fast yet. Let's give that a little bit. Of a glittery effect. Just wiping that just to make sure it hasn't picked up any ink. Just makes them stand out a bit more and it looks fab. Centers, and then on the red one this might pick it up a little bit. It depends what you're doing, because sometimes you can stamp in a coloured ink and use your Winker Stella to drag the colour over so it gives a lighter effect inside as well as glitter. Right, there we go. So, don't know if you can see that glittering on there, but quite like that. I did bring an envelope in. I didn't do it with the last one, but what you can do is you can always metal ink. You can always like dress your envelope up. We do it with DSP, but you can also do it like add a little bit of detail in there. And then what I do, because obviously blends do bleed, is, if I can find a piece, is I get a piece of card, bob it into the envelope, and then I will just give this, maybe not as detailed, so I will just give a bit of colour. There's a lot going about now about sending out naked envelopes, so I just thought, oh, it'd be nice to stamp on some of the leaves. So and who doesn't like to get a nice cheery envelope in the post instead of those horrible brown ones that come out? So I'm just going to use my light Highland Heather. That's actually, no, it doesn't work the other end, does it? Instead of doing masses of blending, because it's just for the envelope. do that. So like magenta. My hair gone slightly over the edge. That's only because I can't get my head in. Right, there we go. So as you can see, it's not come through the back, and that will have stopped it going through. So there we are. So today's card on an envelope. I will probably do an envelope for this one as well. I did, she says, make a couple of others. So I did this one with Blackberry Bliss. I just stamped the little flower, but I've used my watercoloured pencils on these and then gone over with the Winker Stella to smooth the colour out. And then I've done one with So Saffron, and again with the watercoloured pencils, and again with the Winker Stella. I don't know if you can see that on there, but that's just some different options instead of just using blends, but quite chuffed with those. So I hope you've enjoyed it. That's a stamp set saying Lat A Life Time. So some great stamps in there, and that's in the annual catalogue. So thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and hope to see you all again soon. Stay safe. Bye.